What do investors want? They want to know how much money am I going to get and when am I going to get it. So that's it, you can go home. You know the essence of everything. You have to tell everything that is going to happen in the film. You don't want to be flowery and spend a lot of space. You want to have one page where you give the entire storyline of the film, including the ending, because they have a right to know what they're investing in. And what we're looking at is what can make them come back and have an excuse if they don't like the result of the film in suing you. This is a very litigious group of people. You read about it every day in the trades. You can't put anybody's name as being attached to the film unless they've expressed interest in it, and not just over the phone. You really have to have proof. When we talk about the financials, you have to use films that are in a somewhat similar budget range, that sort of thing. In the market section, you can really use any film that you want to as an example to show how well the genre is doing. So what you want to do is look at all the elements in the film to describe the genres. And you have the overall genres that are like thriller, action, comedy. I do obviously a lot of low-budget horror because of the Blair Witch, and I always tell people that I can do a business plan for a low-budget horror film in my sleep. I'm going to charge you the same amount of money anyway. You have to look at who's the general audience or overall audience that's going to go see your film. Is it very narrow? Is it wider depending on what's in the film and how you treat the subject? If you want to find films that are similar to yours, then just go on regular plain old IMDb. On the left-hand side, you have all these things you can check, and down the list are plot keywords. And you look in there, and that gives you an idea of what can I use that really relates to my film. And remember, it's not just the general genre, or within your film, is there a whole lot of family relationship problems, whatever it is. When we do a forecast, we're not making a statement that this is going to happen. Compared to distributors, when they say, if you go with me, I will get X for your film, they're essentially making you a promise. This is not a promise. It says forecast, projected. We project, but we do not guarantee, that sort of thing. The Motion Picture Association, MPA.org, is where you get all the stuff that I put in the industry section, where you get the information on the demographics in the market section. In the market section, I also show what are the age groups, and I usually split them into two. I have young adults and older, and then I have teens, depending on the film, or I have teens and young adults and older people. And I said before, there's a company, probably I hope you've all called Baseline. And Baseline Intel has the worldwide numbers for films. The main reason to use them is that it's a credible source. Can we prove that these numbers actually happen? No. But that's not our job. What we have to prove is that we didn't make it up, and that there's a credible source that essentially everybody uses. The studios use them also. So the whole thing about doing forecasting is it has to look rational, whether it is or not. Financials are really a crucial part of the whole business plan, and they really have to be carefully done. When I do a forecast, I do a low, break even. A real low would be the investor loses all their money, but nobody likes that choice, so I use break even. And then most likely, I call it moderate, but it's really most likely because you have these comparatives. This is what we're saying the film is likely to do. And then I do a high in case the film breaks out, and I do a cash flow, and that is set, and you can see it in the book. That just has a certain, those numbers are set. They don't change no matter what the film is. So the investor feels that you're not, that you're being conservative, you're being careful, and you're looking at all the possibilities.